Welcome back to London Beautiful Live. I'm Reuben Collins and we are here live at the London Coliseum for the Kinky Boots Press Day.
You first stepped into the role of Lola in this hugely successful sold-out UK tour of Kinky Boots. Can you tell us a little bit about how you were first cast in the show and what the role means to you?
Do we have time?
We've got time, we've got a little bit of time.
The okay. Hello, everybody. Why is it so dark in the auditorium? Can we bring up the lights? Is that possible? Would that work? It would be nice to see faces. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, let's put it this way. It was a series of affirmations from different people willing me on. I'm gonna digress here, but please bear with me. It started off in 2019. I was partnered with Catherine Tilsley. One day in rehearsals, we were doing Strictly, and she said to me, "What musical would you absolutely love to play?" And I was like, Kinky Boots. It's the only musical fitting for a big, black, flamboyant, happy somebody. Not many of these musicals are out there, isn't it? So she said to me, "Well, Johannes, you will never know." And later down the line, she brought me the score sheet for Kinky Boots, and she was like, "This is a present for you just to keep that dream alive." And she said, "I've got a friend of mine as well that I would love for you to sit down and tell all your dreams to." It was one of my producers, Hamish, and we had dinner. And he said, "Well, we will produce your solo tour, but what musical would you like? Because we produce musicals." And I was like, "Kinky Boots." In my bag, I had the score, I pulled it out, it was like, weird, I know, weird. And we left it at that. So we went on tour with my solo tours, and one day they rocked up and they said, "Listen, remember the dream? We bought Kinky Boots, the rights to Kinky Boots. We're gonna do the revival of the musical. We were just saying, if you would like to audition, there's an opportunity." And immediately called my agent. It took us 2 years to get to the decision because he kept on saying to me, "My agent, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard. It's nothing like you're used to. You need discipline. There's a certain discipline and work ethic that you require, but let's see how it goes." So he didn't sugarcoat that one. I then auditioned, and it took my fabulous and incredible director, Nikolai Foster, to really just sit me down for a few minutes and just say, "Listen, I want you to bring yourself to this role." And I remember I sang Not My Father's Son, and I did it the first time, obviously nerves, and he said, "Now do it again, and mean what you say." And I remember I cried at the end of it all. Went home and I thought, okay, I bagged that one up. But then I heard back from them and they said, "We would love to build a show with you." And that's how long it took, 4 or 5 years.
So you really manifested this role then, it seems. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, I can tell any child now.
Yeah.
To need to dream, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That was the journey.
Amazing. And what's it been like obviously you were on the UK tour beforehand.
Yeah.
So what's it like bringing the Hills to this stage here at the London Coliseum?
It's major, my darling. If you think about, I started out in Bridlington. If you know where that is, it's on the East Coast. And that was the size of the theatres that I played around the country. And so you can imagine to be able to be afforded this opportunity to come to the biggest theatre in London. I wake up every single day, my stomach still flips, and because I can't believe that we actually achieved it. It took a lot of work, as you can imagine, but it honestly is, and I know we say this for lack of a better word, it is a dream come true. It honestly is. I don't know how much more can I say to that.
No, that's amazing. That's incredible. Amazing. Yeah. Now Matt Cardle, everybody. Woohoo!
Wow! Before we carry on, Jojo, that sounded absolutely amazing. Can we hear it again for Jojo?
Now, Matt, I'm a huge fan, obviously, Johannes, I'm a massive fan of you. Matt, I'm a massive fan of you. I remember when I was 9, trying to convince my mum to vote for you on the X Factor. I had my We Collide on CD from HMV. Bought that in my pocket, honestly. It's an honour to be here. Matt, Charlie Price is such a brilliant character with an incredible journey throughout the show and some incredible songs along the way.
Yes.
What's it been like for you stepping into Charlie's shoes, and what do you love most about playing him?
It's been very daunting. I remember seeing the show, again, years ago when it was on at the Adelphi with Killian. I was in Memphis at the time, and Killian left to do Kinky Boots, and I got a chance to see it. And it's one of those shows that I absolutely fell in love with it the way I did with Memphis when I first went into that, but then I saw Kinky Boots and it absolutely blew my mind, and as did Killian. And it was always on my radar as something that I would love to do. And I just never thought the opportunity would come around. So when it did, again, like Jojo says, I mean, it's just it really is a dream come true. It was very daunting because I'd seen the show before and I'd seen what has been done with it as far as Charlie goes, and very big shoes to fill. So it was more that sort of weighing on me at the start of the process, but then finding my way into the show and finding my Charlie, and I'm still on that journey as we've only just finishing our 5 previews, but I'm having a whale of time already, and there is so much in that track, and he goes on such a journey, and I just love digging as deep as I can into each sort of part of that journey, and trying to create the arc as much as I can.
Yeah. Amazing. Now, Johannes, Lola is such an incredible role in musical theatre. What has been the biggest joy in bringing your own version of Lola to the stage?
The fact that I didn't have to adapt an accent. Thank you, Nikolai Foster. It was very easy to then just really connect with Lola in that regard, because I think we have lived very similar lives. She hides behind drag, I hide behind spandex and sequins. So it was really just lovely to meet myself every single night on that tour, because that's what it felt like.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's an absolute joy for me. I mean, it takes me 4 hours to put on this, and when I tell you, I wouldn't be anywhere else in the world than in my dressing room.
Amazing. So I feel like you were born for this role almost.
I'll take that.
Now, Matt, we need to talk about the heels.
Yeah.
Walking in heels, tell us all about it. How's it been? What size of shoe do you have?
I'd love to say 12, but they're 8.
Which is still quite big.
No, look, I'd never walked in heels. I think I may have walked around in heels at some point in my life, just for fun.
Yeah.
But
those parties.
Like exactly, we all have one of those moments. And one of my dear friends, Adam Starr, he bought me a pair of little platform heels a few weeks ago. He said, bang them on and have a look. And it's not the same. There's tiny little, compared to a 6-inch platform with a stiletto heel. I was absolutely terrified, I'm not going to lie. I've been a skateboarder my whole life, and I've rolled my ankle enough times to know that even on a pair of flat Vans, you can really do yourself a wrong. But up there, yeah, it is scary. So I took to it all right, didn't I? I think I might be kind of running before I'm starting to skip about them. I'm like, but no, it's fun, and the whole intention is to not be brilliant on them, which is helpful, and then for
Yeah, and have you had any tips from Jojo on walking in the heels? Have you given Matt any little tips here and there?
No, but we have to thank Courtney Bowman for that. She has been with Matt in the wings, and
I see.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. She's been mental in me getting through the choreo as well, as Johannes. No, she's been absolutely amazing there.
Amazing. Now, Johannes, we have to talk about the music of Kinky Boots. The score is written by the incredible Cyndi Lauper, who is such an icon. You had the chance to meet her. Is that correct?
That was wild.
Yes.
But I'll tell you who was more excited about it than me. My mother.
Really?
Jesus Christ. I said, she's in the building. She said, how is she? I said, she just got here. But it was absolutely lovely, because I always say, to meet somebody that you've always loved from a distance. I mean, she's my mom's favorite. So it was lovely to know that she's a lovely person, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
We walked into the room and the first thing she said, she's like, oh my darlings, the lighting in here is terrible. And I went, iconic behavior, thank you. And it was just lovely, you know what I'm saying? She's just a down-to-earth woman who is absolutely talented. But I love the fact that she sat us down at the time and she said, listen, the importance of all of this is that you go out there and you tell the story because the world needs it right now. And then she came to Manchester to give us a note of approval. That was something that we just needed, you know what I'm saying, to set us on our way. She's absolutely divine.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of the message of the show, this show it has such a powerful message about acceptance and celebrating who you are. What do you think, why do you think that message still resonates so strongly with audiences today? That's the question for
With everything that's happening in the world right now? Oh, please. The biggest thing for me last year touring the show was always seeing the audience reaction. And mostly, I love my middle-aged women, but it was seeing the men, the fathers, the brothers, the sons that came to the show and would write back to me at times and just say, thank you for that. And I just thought to myself, here we are with what we do on stage, shifting culture, changing lives. And I couldn't think of something much more wonderful. I mean, there's a lot of musicals out there, but I do believe that Kinky Boots has got heart, and it does change people's hearts.
100%. Yeah, I came to the previews, and I'd actually never seen the film before, so it was my first time hearing the story, and they were a bit rough. I looked at it coming down. I got very emotional, but no, it was incredible. Just yeah, and I think everyone when they were leaving the theatre, it was that feeling of, ooh, like that was something, but special, really special. And the final question, what can audiences expect from this brand new production? For that
You probably know a bit more than me.
Yeah? Listen, darling, listen. Number one, we are at the London Coliseum. Yeah. I think that should be proved to everybody that we have done our bit, so they must follow through. Listen, we've worked really, really hard. It is, like I said, it is a beautiful show. And it is enjoyed by all ages. Come in, see what we're about. Lovely Nikolai Foster once again was able to bring the story forward. And what I mean about that, Kinky Boots is displayed with lots of glitter and glamour, but the truth of the matter is, he's stripped down, the Americanisms, and he's brought the story back to where it belongs, which is Northampton. Do you know what I mean? So it feels quite real. I'm just saying, it's got an appeal that's going to blow people's minds.
Now, Lauren is such a great character, and that song is such a favourite.
Sorry.
She sat fluffed over here. Oh no! What do you love most about playing Lauren?
She's a very serious character. No, I'm joking. No, I love playing her. She's just so much fun. I think she's really relatable, especially to me. Because, oh my god, I'm out of breath. I didn't
It's alright, don't take time. Don't you stress,
she's just so much fun, but she has so much heart. And being like a working class girl myself, it's just nice to actually represent that to everybody in the biggest theatre in London.
In London, yeah.
Just always.
It's massive. And more broadly, what's it been like being a part of this company and bringing this new production of Kinky Boots to the London Coliseum?
Oh my god, absolutely unbelievable. Like, when I got my audition through, I was in another job at the time, and they wouldn't let me leave. I was like, I'm going.
One of them.
I'm going. And I was like, I have to go and do this because I love the show so much anyway. And then, obviously, getting the job, I was like, hooray. Booking it with so many of my pals, and they're all incredible. And then the story in itself is just wonderful. And yeah, I'm more of a show than a teller. Sorry, guys. So.
Now, Nikolai, this show has already had such an incredible life around the world. What excites you about bringing Kinky Boots back to the stage with a brand new production?
Well, there were so many things that I think excited us and drew us towards the show, and when we heard it was available and there was an opportunity to create a brand new version of it, it was truly exhilarating because I'm sure you know the show originated at Curve Theatre in Leicester, and so we're about half an hour away from where the original film and where the original Prices of Northampton was, where the original shoe factory was, based and flourished for many years. So for us to sort of create this new version in the sort of industrial heartlands of Leicester and really feel that sort of Midlands industry and be blessed by our incredible writers, Harvey and Cindy, to create this new version, and a bit like Courtney was touching on then, to really dig into the working class culture and to really sort of anchor the show in the towns and the cities that the stories from was really, really special.
No, absolutely. And now we're here in the biggest theatre in London, as everyone keeps saying. I can't believe I called a stadium. Leah, the choreography in Kinky Boots is so iconic, especially with the Angels. What has been the most exciting part of reinventing that movement for this production?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we are quite used to the modern day version of drag. We were really blessed and fortunate to embrace things like RuPaul Drag Race and so forth. But I think, at the time that this originally was set, I think there were a bit more stakes and a bit more dangers to being a drag queen, to doing so forth. So I think it was really, I felt really fortunate to be able to sort of develop a language for that particular community. We've got different shapes, sizes and ages in our Angels, which I think is really amazing. And I think it's something quite iconic for this company as well, just to see that and represent how that community moves. And then also you've got the contrast between how they sort of infect the factory workers, and seeing those two worlds collide. I think, especially at the time we've got right now, I think dance, especially you see it trending on social medias and so forth, I think it really unites people, and it's a language I'm really grateful to be a part of and to be making. But I think it speaks volumes, and I think it reads really well in the company to see how we start and where we end, and then form as one, which is really great.
Absolutely. That bit at the end as well. I mean, it's so hard to not say spoilers, to spoil the production there. Please buy your tickets. But that bit at the end, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was like,
don't spoil it.
I'm going to spoil it. These lips are sealed. Now, Nikolai, you've assembled such an extraordinary cast for this production. What has it been like working with Johannes, Matt, and the rest of the company as you've developed the show?
My goodness. Jojo alluded to it after that sensational Land of Lola, that first meeting we had. There was myself, George, our musical supervisor, Hamish, our producer, and the four of us were in this room up in the rehearsal studio in Holloway Road, and it was just one of those really special moments where you realise that the quality within somebody and the spirit of that artist and the ability to bring something to a role which is genuinely authentic, and how the experiences of the character meet the lived experiences of the artist, and those two sort of marrying together. And then, the journey we've been on right from rehearsal room at Curve, over a year ago now, across the tour, and just seeing Jojo sort of develop and find their version of Lola and their pride and their empowerment, and then seeing how Jojo generously transmits that really, truly life-affirming, visceral connection to the material and to the character, not only with audiences, but also with the company. And so that really affects and infects and inspires us all to do our best work. And then I think having Matt join the team for London, there's again such sort of, because his role is sort of very challenging in many ways for an actor and somebody who is such a nice and good and sort of a person like Matt who has sort of such integrity and decency. And his is a character who, during the course of the play, displays many of the hateful sort of things that we're hearing in our communities, in the world today. And I suppose Matt's so brave and so courageous with how he attacks that, and then the journey that his character goes on that shows that people do have the ability to change and be and learn from other people who are different from them them is profoundly moving. And then obviously Courtney, and they just represent the most incredible group of artists, like Leah was saying. You know, we've got a truly diverse group of artists, and they really represent the best of sort of British talent, and I think we're really proud that we're doing it here in London's West End, and we're not just in the West End, we're at the Coliseum, and you know, it's one of the great stages of the world, and these incredible actors are sharing their work, and I think, you know, they're from all over the UK, and there's a real sort of regional sense of pride and chutzpah about it, which is great.
Oh my God, I was smiling whilst you were saying that. I was just thinking back after watching it, I was like, wow. Now, Leah, you're bringing the show to the London Coliseum where we are right now, which is an enormous and spectacular stage, as we can see. Not to be confused with the stadium. How has that scale influenced the way you've approached this production?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have made lots of different upgrades, I would say. We've pulled everything right down, because, you know, you want to reach the people. Obviously, it's ginormous in here, but you know, I think the heart of the production actually, it does draw you in. I think we could be, you know, in a massive arena and you'd still feel the heartbeat of the production. But you know, we've just pulled everything out. We've got lovely news prizes. Ben, our lighting designer, has gone absolutely crazy with all these gadgets and so forth. So I don't want to spoil anything, but the heartbeat is what I think is going to pull us out and take us up. And yeah. That's what we've done. What else have we done, Nikolai? What else have we added?
Everything you've described.
I've been told I've aced it. Thank you very much.
Now, Nikolai, at its core, Kinky Boots is a story about friendship, acceptance, and celebrating individuality. What do you think makes that message resonate so strongly with audiences today?
Wow, yikes. I think the place we're sort of in, and we sort of find ourselves in terms of some of the hatred and vitriol we see directed to people from the trans community and people who are perhaps exploring their gender identity. It feels like a lot of the stuff that I experienced as a young kid growing up in the 80s, Section 28, homophobic bullying, constantly seeing sort of pejorative portrayals of gay people across all sort of sides of media, that although homophobia still exists, it seems so much of that hatred and ostracisation is being pushed onto the trans community and the, as I say, people who are perhaps exploring their gender identity. And I think the play is so good, it's so intelligent, the writing, the way Harvey's structured it, Cindy's music, the lyrics, it's entertaining, it's life-affirming, it's heartwarming, it's sexy, it's empowering, but it really is sort of political with a small p. It's not didactic, it's not like hitting you over the, you know, it's not sort of coshing you with its message, but there is a real, very angry, very clear, very positive message about egalitarianism and treating people with respect and standing up for who you are and for your community and doing that with real dignity and panache and artistry. And that's what the characters do, and I think, you know, we've seen it as we've toured it around the UK. As Jojo alluded to, there were lots of, you know, allies, I think, who came to see the show, but what was more powerful were those people whose you could see a light bulb go off, or like Charlie discovers in the play, perhaps they've behaved despicably or hatefully towards someone, and you can see the reframing and the re-understanding that is, you know, categorically not right, and the play's power of acceptance and love is really what we've all linked into, isn't it?
And I was just going to add, I think what I think this musical does brilliantly is it evokes conversation. You know, a lot of people leave having conversations maybe with their family or with sons, dads that they maybe wouldn't have had, which I think is just the icing on the cake and really what we need, I think, right now.
That's so beautiful.
The first thing I want to ask is, what can the fans and the audience expect from this show?
I mean, Kinky Boots, first and foremost, is about two unlikely friends that come together to save a family business. you know, it's got a lot of heart. It's a family show, but it's, you know, got such a great message about like just accepting not only yourself but everyone else around you. And so I think if you're looking for something that when you leave you feel uplifted and you have a little bit of something to think about, I think Kinky Boots is probably the show for you.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And if you could describe your character in 3 words, what would you say?
Fierce, thoughtful, and thought-provoking. That's 2 words, but you know what? You can have an extra one.
Yeah, I love that. Well, even from myself watching it, I was seeing the energy that they were bringing to the stage. Just unbelievable, honestly. And for yourself, what does theatre mean to you?
Well, you know, I think what theatre is about bringing community together, ultimately. Yeah. I think it's, you know, there's very few things that you can do that bring so many people from so many different walks of life together to experience one thing, but they will all take away something so different from that shared experience. I think, you know, I think without being too philosophical, I think it's a part of the human condition is to want to experience things with other people. Yeah. And I think that's what's just wonderful about theatre, that you don't know who you're sitting next to. Yeah. You don't know their story, you don't know anything, but in that moment you experience something, you share something with a complete stranger. Yeah. And I think that's, you know, like, that's what theatre's about, really, I think.
Yeah, no, 100%, I agree. And we've got Lola, a very big character, big energy, big personality. What do you think, or do you feel that representation is important within the field of theatre? For example, because when you have big characters like that, how do you think, or how do you feel that the audience will respond to that?
Well, you know, I think representation is important in every single industry, and the entertainment industry is no different. I think we should be telling stories that people can see themselves in, but also that they don't see themselves in. I think it's important to be able to digest media that you don't appear in order to be empathetic to those around you. And I think Kinky Boots does that well. It forces the audience to try on a different pair of shoes, as it were. Do you know what I mean? So, and I
like that. I like that.
Yeah. So I think any time that a piece of theatre does that, that's exactly what it should be doing. Theatre should be challenging your thoughts, challenging how you then, after you've left the theatre, it should change the way you then go out into the world. That's what good theatre does, at least, I think. Yeah,
100%. How are we all feeling today?
I think the overwhelming word is excited. It's amazing to be in this theatre and finally getting the show in front of a London audience. We've been kind of building up to it. We've just been on tour in Europe for 5 months. So to be back home in London and then to be doing this today, it's just overwhelmingly exciting.
Yeah. Wow. And for yourself?
I just can't quite believe it, if I'm honest. It's kind of like, woo, overwhelming. Overwhelming is the word, yeah.
Yeah, same as everyone else. The whole company are the same. You know, we got into the theatre yesterday and we had like Nikolai, our director, took us to the top to sort of just have a chat with us all and just for us to embrace it. And it just sort of makes you go, oh my God, you know, actors, we like to moan. And I had a moment yesterday, I was outside the theatre and I just went, these are times you stop moaning and go, you're so lucky. And I just now it's like, get through tech and then live audience, can't wait for the live audience.
No, 100%. And how's the rehearsal process been for you guys within this? Because obviously you mentioned you were on tour. Is it a quick process or is it long to transfer it into town?
So this is actually the 3rd rehearsal process I've done for the show in a year. So I've been really lucky that I've been involved in Kinky Boots since it started at Curve last year. And every time we've done it, we've added something new and we've brought new energy to it. And I think that's what's so exciting about it. I think the energy that comes off the stage is due to the people that we have in the show. We're so lucky, like Jess and Billy joined for Europe and they brought something new, and Matt has joined again and Jojo's come back, and the energy changes and the show adapts. And we've got some new set things which are going to blow your mind, but I'm not allowed to talk about those ones. But it's just every single time we've done it, it seemed to get better and better. And the energy that we have in the room, in the company, not just on stage but backstage, is just, it's amazing.
That's excellent.
Yeah. We're a really tight-knit group, aren't we? I think we all have so much fun, but also we all really care about the story that we're telling, and I think that always makes such a difference. Like, you rock up to work and it's very rare that everyone's kind of like, yeah, let's do the show. But it is one of those buildings where people are like, oh yeah, really looking forward to getting on the stage. And even if you're having a bad day or whatever, by the time you've done the finale, you're kind of like, woo, we going out, yay. So it's just one of those shows that like I think everyone loves being part of. Yeah.
Yeah, Jess said about caring about the story, which we'll do, but I think everyone cares about each other as well a lot in this company. And as you said, it's a very tight-knit group. And with that, it also comes up more this the effort on stage to be like, we want to do the best product we can, because everyone just cares about each other. You know, we're all rooting for each other all the time. You know, in Europe, I think I watched Land of Lola every single night. Yeah, apart from the odd night when I've been hungover, I'll be in the back. But yeah, so it's as I say, we just keep saying the same things because it's just like I can't really believe we're here. But yeah, I just can't wait, and the show's just brilliant. The cast are amazing, and just everyone come watch.
Yeah.
Wow. Excellent. And this, well, obviously you guys have been on the tour before as well, so it isn't your first rodeo. What about this show draws you to come back again and perform it?
As much fun as the show is, I think the message of the show is so important. I think accepting people for who they are, a sense of community in the factory, a sense of community when all of the drag queens and the factory come together. I think it's a story about love and acceptance and fixing broken relationships. And I know it sounds really deep for Kinky Boots, but I think that's the joy of it. It's such a good night out. It's really fun, but you can also leave and go, oh, actually, I've never thought about that, or I've never thought about how I speak to people in a certain way. So I think it's the perfect mix of fun, but then also heart and story. And I think that's due to Nikolai, our director. I think he's directed the show so well that you're able to get everything you need from a show. You can escape, but then you can also take something away from it at the same time.
And for yourself, what's drawn you to the show?
I think it does a grand job as well, building off what Liam said, of representing every kind of pocket of person. I think like you'd be hard pressed to not find somebody on the stage that you kind of relate to in some way, shape or form, or see yourself in. And I think that's what's so brilliant about theatre in general, is like being able to come to the theatre and going, oh, I hard relate to that actually, and you see a bit of yourself and you connect to it. And I think it's one of those stories where it kind of does a great job of ticking a lot of boxes with that, and hopefully people will come and see it and be like, you know what, yeah, there's a bit of me in that, and there's a bit of me in her and him, and it kind of, it helps people connect and kind of gives people that validation, I suppose, and kind of warm hug in that respect. So I think that's what Nikolai is fantastic at doing, is drawing on the truths of real people and really getting back to the bones of the story and like the message that we're trying to convey. So yeah.
Excellent. And what draws yourself to the show?
Obviously, I'd echo everything the guy said. On a personal level, I play a role called Don, who I guess stereotypically you would say he's like the villain, but he's not. He's not a bad person. He's just ignorant. And there'll probably be loads of people in the audience that maybe would relate to it. And I've definitely grown up with some people. I've met people that are like it, where, you know, it's not, I'm a man, I don't like drag queens. It's just like, I've never been around this before. And what I like especially about sort of coming into it now with Nikolai, the work he's done with me, about someone wanting to learn and someone wanting to be like, again, a line I say in the show is accept someone for who they are, and you change the world when you change your mind. And I mean, we're all learning every day still, you know, no one's perfect. We all have every day we need to take it to learn, but that's sort of what draws me to it and keeps me excited every night.
Yeah, no, 100%, I agree. Even for myself, what I love about this is the way that you can sort of convey the messages in such a positive light. Like it's not confrontational, it's just fun, energy and thought-provoking, but in a positive way.
Yeah, and like add on all of the amazing numbers on top of that, like which make it fun, as well as like educational at times. Like I think that's so special.
What about the show drew you to it?
Well, I had a very nice journey with Kinky Boots, because when it was in the Adelphi in 2005, I just finished my first Was it 2005? Was it 2012?
2005.
Oh my God, so sorry. When it came to the Adelphi 2012, I just finished my first West End contract, and it was coming in to the same theatre as that's what I was doing, and I just wanted to be a part of it. But I was too young at the time, so my agent said, you know, you're a bit too young, so if it ever comes back, you'll do it. Roll on 10 years later, and it's come back, and now I'm part of it. It's just the story, the music, everything about the show is just amazing, and especially working with Jojo, Courtney, Matt Cardle, you know, the cast is insane. So it's just a no-brainer, really, isn't it? It's wonderful.
And for yourself, what drew you to the show?
Well, I did the concert in 2023, but also the message of the show, I should say. And then when this like when it came along to audition, I was just like absolutely like without a doubt. I need to work with Nikolai because I auditioned, didn't get the job, and I got like a little letter from him saying like, I'd love to work with you again, and I was like, you bet, let's go, like let's go, we're going. And then just walked in, sang, then got the job an hour later, and then was like, brilliant. At the Coliseum, and then cut to Rune Oberhausen. Want to scream because but now we're here. It's just crazy. Even looking out here is just mad.
No, excellent. And how's the rehearsal process been for you two?
It's been great, hasn't it? I mean, we've been a part of it for over a year now. So we've had a few rehearsal processes because we did a European tour as well. So we started off at Leicester Curve. We did that. We went to Europe, and now we're here. It's been quite. You just ran quite smoothly, hasn't it? And it's been. Sorry, come on.
and with doing like this, the first iteration for the tour, and then the like European leg, we had like people chopping and changing in, so like energies were all fresh. And then obviously this time around, like other people have been chopped and changed, which is sad, but. Oh no! Don't go there. Don't go there! Don't go there! Don't go there! Cut the cameras. And then it's like it's just nice and fresh, and every single show is nice and fresh because we're a group of clowns. Like we really, really are. Even if the people who are serious characters, and so like it's always just nice to have that element of being silly and just it just keeps it fresh because it's just like oh god, most of you to be fair, I'm like how are you going to make me laugh today? And it's just always something different.
You never know, do you? You never know. But even looking at the show, you can't help but have fun. And you know the message as well is so important. But we are having the best time, and I think you can tell when you watch the show that we are just having the most amazing time too, isn't it?
No, definitely. And I was saying earlier to the other cast members that for me, what I love is that the show gets across such a strong message, but in such a positive way, where it's not like confrontational. We're trying to uplift and be positive and celebrate rather than putting down people.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, next question. What does theatre mean to you?
Oh my God, what does theatre mean to me? It's my life, sort of. There's nothing else I sort of wanted to do. I tried to work at Curry's, an electronics store, for a year, and I just could never do it. I was asked to sell sat-navs and TVs, and I thought, I just want to sing a song. I could sell it to you, but I couldn't sell it to you in a song form. I did, and I just never thought of doing anything else. So it just means so much. It's sort of like as cheesy as it sounds, it is sort of my life, and I could never know anything else, sort of thing. So
Definitely. And for yourself?
Literally same. I came out of the womb and mum was like, what am I going to do with this? Help me. Put me in dance classes, and that's like all I've done is just create. I'm is it right-brained when you're more creative? See, I'm left brain kicked in a bit there. Brilliant. Like it's just always it's like never. It's been a non-negotiable like thing for me for my life to just perform and stuff like that. So it is literally my life as well. But didn't work in Curry's. I did drop curry goat on someone once when I worked one shift at Turtle Bay, Guildford. Got fired.
Okay. Oh, so
how are you?
Yeah, we're from Guildford.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
GSA.
I went to GSA. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
I thought you were going to go, can't talk about curry goat.
Literally, I was about to say. Okay. Well, what can we expect from you in the future, quickly?
From myself?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Not working in Curry's?
Yeah, I'd be Morrison's instead. Whatever job comes along, I will employ. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Employment, we love employment. And for yourself?
Employment. Further employment and lots of money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's for any casting directors out there. You know where to go. Thank you.
Together as well. That'd be great.
Twiddle the Tweedledum.
He's not the first man to fall for me, and I promise he won't be the last. Leave expectations out, just let your eyes explore a cinematic play from my boot to derriere. I've got a lacy silver wheel with all this heart of steel. I have freedom of expression, the full free of contradiction. Leave that humdrum pace of love behind. Once you walk inside these doors, you're mine. Now let me blow your mind and light your time. And that thing I am is that I am. You're right. And let you see, ooh, let's be baby. dream.